Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in or lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And as I make my trek into the morning shows, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Steve Rummage in the building. Jack Grossman in the booth.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take 2 out of 3. It's good to Jack. I appreciate Jack. I appreciate Jack. For actually extending his life here. Just to do this show for a couple days.
Anytime.
Appreciate Jack.
As long as it's before Friday.
Fair enough. Nick, get better before Friday.
Yes.
Thank you, Jack.
It's my pleasure, guys. I'm happy to be around.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have you.
Where's Nick?
I mean, it's like, man, I feel like
Don't do it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Everybody who's familiar with the ribbing back and forth between ourselves and Nick Valvano can imagine
what that text chain was like last night.
You can imagine.
When Nick informed us he would be out for a couple days.
Wow.
I was like, oh, really? Like, did you not? Nick had a terrible gas episode over the weekend, and he's been on the toilet for 3 days.
Let that be the reason.
He plans on being there for 3 more.
And listen, let me say this, because I know this somebody has already set the record for eye rolls in the first 30 seconds of the show. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, because we're proud of our volleyball team. Ladies, good run.
Mm-hmm.
Good run. Again, we understand, Coach. Disappointing. You wanted to capitalize. Everybody's proud of our volleyball team.
You gotta win.
Great run.
You gotta win it. You gotta win it.
You just gotta win.
Yeah, it's either all or nothing.
You gotta win the big one.
Yeah, you gotta win. Yeah. Can
One season
Danny Buzzboom Kelly win the big one? 8150
93.9. Let's go.
Yeah, is that what that's where we're at now.
This is our program. I have championship expectations.
Yeah, I know. Look, Kentucky won it. They beat Texas 2 years ago. We should have beat Texas. I can't, No, it was a great run.
Now, next year, I mean, if she doesn't get it done.
I know. It was a great run. We got home Saturday. We were actually we went out after the basketball game. The wife and I was doing some shopping, and went out to our spot out there we like to eat at, and we was at one of the checkout counters. We had our Louisville gear on, so we had just come from the basketball game, and one of the ladies was like, "Are y'all headed home to watch the volleyball game?" Mm-hmm. We're like, "Yeah, actually we are." We went home, set up, we watched the whole volleyball game. Me, the wife, the kids. It was fun. And good.
Texas
kudos
was good.
to them. Yeah, they were really good. I mean, like I said, I'm not a volleyball savant, but I could tell it was a pretty good team. Texas team, a pretty good little team. They got down there.
Any sports, listen. The trained sports eye can say, okay.
They were digging and setting and hitting and
spiking and acing and tracing.
Every other word I could come up with, but I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good team.
Right.
So anyways, there was that.
With that being said, very, very proud.
And the women's basketball. Yeah, it says women's basketball got a dub this weekend.
Over
so 3 out of 4.
I meant to
3
say
out of 4.
3 out of 4. I meant to rechange my line to 3 out of 4. And I screwed that up. So thank you for also acknowledging.
And thank you, Texter, for the 10-02. How about them Cowboys? I didn't know Dak Prescott was going to lose his mind Sunday. I wasn't aware of that. Okay. Had I known Dak Prescott was going to wake up and forget what color his team was, I would have done something.
Steve, you knew as well as I did.
And then on top of it, we just had to draft a Mark Stoops defensive guy. Well, you reaped the rewards of that, didn't you,
Steve?
Kelvin Joseph's out there running in circles
You knew
the whole game.
You knew when you saw that Houston Texans final score that there was no way that Dallas was going to win the very next day.
That is true.
You knew that. You knew that. I know that. You and I watch enough sports to know when you get it rolling, and then once some, let's just say, less than superior team gives you a run like that, like the Texans did, and crack your shell a little bit.
Well, I know, but then you kind of, my son, see with Dallas, with Louisville, I'm very positive. Like I try to continue to find the way they can be good. Dallas, I've just over the years,
They should be good.
yeah, I get mad. So my son is not out of that now. And he texts me, of course, and he's like, "Whoa, we still clinched a playoff spot tonight." Like, shut up. Shut up. Like you're so hopeful, and it just makes me sick.
So he doesn't realize the separation between all or nothing in professional sports.
Yeah.
But I will say this, Steve. Your let's just say this. I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible, and I think you would agree. You don't have a very high sports morale. You don't have morality when it comes to sports. You don't have true sports. What's the word? You'll do anything to win.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You will.
No, yeah.
You will cheat.
100%. 100%. Whatever. I'm the Eddie Guerrero.
A win's a win.
Yeah. Lie, cheat, and steal. Yeah. Well, you're right. To get a dub. I don't care.
Steve, that is just a terrible.
Listen to this. Listen to this. This is me to my 13-year-old. Pathetic loss. Dak sucks. Yeah, this is him. Yeah, but we are 10-4, and we're clinched to playoffs. You have a lot to learn, son. Sure, we're in the hunt, and I understand that, but we're losing out on a bye, losing garbage games like that. It's just not going to cut it. Look,
Steve is the Joel of the Cowboys.
I know. He writes me back.
He sounds like Strebel.
I know. This is my 13-year-old. He writes me back. Yeah, I guess that's true. You could tell he was like, was with his friend, and he was like, "Man, my dad's on one, dude. Look."
My dad just
That's where you just say you're right and you just don't want to engage anymore.
Next thing I got was a video from the Jack Harlow concert he attended last night.
Oh, he did go.
Yeah, his mom took him.
Okay.
And she was like, "I'm taking him to the Jack Harlow concert." I was like, "Wait, what?"
I didn't know. There was a lot of people that I didn't think would be at the Jack Harlow concert that were at the Jack Harlow concert.
Yeah.
8150-93.9 is the number. 3831-93.9 is the text line. A lot of stuff today. Feel free to jump in. Eric, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, guys. It's awesome to be able to be on again. It's been forever since I was able to actually call in and talk to y'all.
Yeah.
But Sidney Curry, by the way, let's just say that first for the basketball game. I was so happy to see him finally, be Sidney Curry again. But I wanted to tell you all, it's a little bit selfish on my part, but since my firstborn son was born this past week, Louisville basketball is 2-0.
Yeah.
And Louisville football is 1-0. So you all are very welcome, Card Nation.
No, that's
got
fair.
Another little one coming up, and we are undefeated since he is born.
Hey, well, congratulations, Eric. And hey, listen, if that's what it takes, then you may need to keep having kids.
Bang.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate
Go
it. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Appreciate it. Well, let me just do this.
That's awesome.
Let me just jump straight to it. He was excited at, 10-12?
Somebody, how about them Jaguars with 7 exclamation marks? There is nobody in the city of Louisville that's that big of a Jaguars fan.
And there's more after that. D-U-U-U-U. What does that say?
Jason N's texting in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
He's the only Jags fan I've ever heard of.
And you might be texter. I don't know. I'm just salty. So I said 4 out of 5 if you count UCLA over Kentucky. 4 out of 5 ain't bad.
4 out of 5
good
is
weekend.
not bad.
I did enjoy
5 out of 6 with Jeff Brom dominating.
We're getting recruits.
Yeah,
5 out of 6 ain't bad.
Yeah, you're getting transferred.
Yeah.
Huge body defensive line transfer.
I did for the first time all year. I was sitting back and I had my AirPods in. It was Saturday night. And again, I told you we was watching a volleyball game. I was like, you know what? I didn't even tell my wife. Like, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna listen to James. It's like, I was like, I'm gonna do some salty listening. I'm gonna do some salty listening.
Some tasting of the tears.
Oh man, and it was awesome. Oh, it was awesome. And like the way I was laughing, my wife was like, "What are you listening to?" And I was like, "Oh, the Kentucky postgame show." She's like, "Oh, they lost." And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, this is what she said. She goes, "You're insane." She goes, "You have an insane look in your face right now." I was like, "Yeah, no, it's just I'm enjoying, like, this is arousing me."
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Let me say this. I laughed at James. I did. I laughed at James Strebel.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed at the Kentucky callers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And Sunday morning, I woke up with a spirit of appreciation, of hey, y'all, like, when are you happy during the day? Like, how often are you happy during the week? Mm-hmm. And I was having that appreciation moment. Like, you should hope for other people to be happy, so they won't be in your way if they're happy,
Yeah.
And I thought about how much I laughed.
I know.
At James Strebel, right, the night before,
Probably
right?
why the Cowboys lost for me.
But here's the thing. You know what I realized? He loves what he does on that radio.
Absolutely.
He was still having a good time, even though he was mad. So once I remembered that,
I know.
I laughed some more.
Well, I was having a great time. Yeah, I was having a great time at his expense.
Yeah, I'm like, the fans, they love to be mad at their Wildcat. James Strebel loves being angry at Kentucky. They're in hog heaven yelling at Calipari.
This is perfect.
And right. It's like, who y'all kidding?
I know.
Y'all are not happy. You don't want to be happy. So just keep on killing your coach.
A lot of backer was being spit on the airwaves.
Listen, I enjoy it. Like I said, you can't tell me that passion wasn't I don't know what you call it, but
they got a nice little team, I guess.
They've been disappointing, man.
Yeah, to say the least, Jack.
Yeah.
Yep.
But to be fair,
they only have 2 top 10.
They only had
recruits.
2. Yeah, they only had 2 5-stars.
They only have one returning
national player of the year. It's not like they have 2 returning national player of the year. They only have like a majority of their production from the team before back.
Yeah, like only have a senior true point guard.
Yeah, I mean, like
he's led the SEC in assists.
Yeah,
like at 2 different schools.
I mean, how are you supposed to win with that limited of a roster?
I'm
really serious.
If that's all you got,
I mean, how can you compete with a Mick Cronin coached UCLA?
Right. And I mean, you've got Oscar. They've got what a Dimbona. A freshman, like
I mean, at least you put up 53 points. I mean,
it's not bad.
It's a young team.
I mean, we've not been putting up much more than 50 outside the last couple of games. So I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I mean, we feel you. Like, it's hard to score.
Judging or
it's hard to score
in college
basketball.
Yeah, when you're as young as
yeah. Well, and you were playing, and it was neutral site.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
UCLA had a whole
Cal wants to play home and homes, but the neutral sites work out better for him. So I understand. Of course, I don't know. After watching Indiana, he's like, that's why I don't play home and home.
I tell you, I've never been more happy seeing my team get wiped off the floor.
How was it? Before we get fully nerdy here, how was it, man? You went to the Kansas game?
Yeah, I went to Kansas.
I didn't know they lost. Let me tell you how I found out. I'm sitting in the stands because I grabbed a couple tickets because a buddy of mine and my wife, we went to the game, and Ethan Grossman walks up the steps. And I hear somebody say, Rami, I'm like, oh, Ethan, what's up, man? We're talking. I'm like, man, yeah. I was like, man, I thought you'd be with Jack.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, man. He went up there and watched his team get wasted. And I was like, oh man, they got wasted like that. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, oh okay. That's actually how I found out about.
They were down 12-2 by the first media timeout, and they I don't think they ever got it back with the
Just
single
the
digits.
buzzsaw, man. Yeah, just
Yeah.
one of them. I mean, they were at Kansas.
Yeah,
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah,
It's
but
not-
I'd never gone to a game, saw my team get absolutely curb stomped,
Mhm,
and just didn't care.
mhm.
I
So
didn't
it's
care.
fun
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Fog Allen lives up to and exceeded every expectation I could have had.
That would be.
That place
good call.
is nuts. Like that's
And as bad as it is, it's like even though. And Indiana's, I think Indiana's still good. It's
Yeah.
not, that's
They're
like,
fine.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
they're not great, but they're
But you go to a Kansas, and it's like the negative part is your teams get busted, but the positive part is
that
you are
place is
getting
going
to see
nuts.
it at its
Yep,
best.
yep.
Yeah, it's just pretty cool.
You know what I
It's
mean, like
pretty cool.
they do the Rock Chalk Jayhawk cheer at
Uh-huh.
like the end of the game when they've wasted you for 39 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and like I'm sitting there, they're doing it, and I go to tell my friend something, and I notice I'm whispering because I feel like I'm interrupting them at a church service.
Oh man, that's why I couldn't go there. They were beating us like that. I'd be like, ah!
I know I would have been like,
Why is he
"Rock,
screaming?
rock."
You just hear somebody screaming in the background, like they're giving themselves
trying to ruin it.
purple nurples.
But
or
like
something.
that place is incredibly loud. You're kind of cramped in.
Yeah.
It's all bleachers. It's a low ceiling, so like the sound just bounces up and down
Ah,
in there,
yeah.
and there's not a bad seat.
To be
Like,
fair,
it's
I wouldn't have never made it to the Rock Chalk Jayhawk
That's true.
because I would have been gone already.
That's true.
Desmond, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
How y'all doing, people?
Good.
Y'all doing good? I got 3 quick points. First point is I'm glad we won, even though we struggled, but I'm glad Sydney got off for 19 rebounds and 13 points. I'm so happy about that. Second point is that I watched the volleyball game. I hate that. Right when I turned on the volleyball game, that's when we started losing. And we got them 2, and we tied it up, but then they scored the last 2 points. That made me so mad and miserable. But I'm still rocking with. But I have to start watching volleyball because they're pretty good. So they got a new fan in me. And third point, quick point. Hey, Steve, you know that text Duval? That was me. 'Cause I'm a Jaguars fan. Duval!
Fair enough.
He's
Okay.
He's a okay, so we do. Okay, fair
we
enough
didn't know
then.
that.
So that's
Fair
all.
enough.
Have a good day and go Cards.
That's
Take my phone call.
Appreciate
That's
the call.
awesome, man.
Congratulations, Dion Branch, being 1-0. Congratulations, Dion. Sorry we are this far into the show and we didn't just give football. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. You have an extraordinarily proud fan base.
Undefeated, never lost.
Facts. Listen, Steve, we had a defensive line with players that are going to make money playing football, playing like they were not going to make money playing football.
Yeah.
Literally, we had players on our field that are getting ready to make money playing football, and we're out there playing for the pride of their jersey.
And we appreciate both of them. But it was
I thought you were going to get it started already. Yeah, I don't watch players that are not going to be here, Marcus.
Hey, listen. I don't care about the guys that were going to be gone. Somebody's like, Abdullah got a sack. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. There you go again.
Like, thank you for your services, but you're not going to be around.
This is the curse that you make, that you put on us when you don't acknowledge.
I need to
Fight
see
for the
the guys. Now when Ashton come through and pulled down stick, I was like, that's my guy.
That's my new favorite guy.
I will say this, man. All jokes aside, going into that game Saturday, I didn't know how much I would really care. Didn't think I really cared that much. I enjoyed watching that football game a lot more than I thought I was going
says
to.
that until they see their colors run out on a field. You instantly lock back in. You say, I don't care. I don't care. Steve, how many years have we had poor, poor situational games, football or basketball, where you're just like, blah, blah, I remember the Virginia Tech game where we lost our whole defensive line at the beginning of the game. And we're like, hey, we're playing with house money.
Yeah.
When that buzzer hit, we were like, Satterfield got to go. Satterfield has got to go.
You were in the game. You had a chance to win it. So, yeah.
Right before that game, when we found out our entire defense got contact traced,
It's fair.
To where by being in the same vicinity, none of them are going to be allowed to play.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we've never seen a Kentucky player even be held out for. Anyway,
It's getting there.
we watched a defensive lineless team, and we said it's all house money. Guys, just go all out. Let's just watch some football on Saturday. You hated Scott Satterfield at the end of that game.
Well, there was a lot of reasons to hate Scott Satterfield. That was just that wasn't even very high on my list. But yeah, it
There
was
ain't that many reasons to hate him.
Oh
Like
man,
3.
I will say, watching that game and seeing him, and then seeing Brom, it was like, thank you. Like Garth Brooks talks about a song, or he has a song called "Unanswered Prayers," where he talks about he met this woman. You know, yeah. It's like he's like, and right there, I thank God for the gifts in my life. That was me, like watching him, and just like it was like, yeah. Did you notice that stretch play? And he's like, yeah, I noticed it. Yeah, it was a good play. We was run that.
Jeff Brom at Louisville gets it.
Yes, thank you. I love that. That's a good drop, man. I like that.
Thanks. Jack, do you still have the day I fell in love with Ashton Gelati?
Oh my God.
Let me see if I can find it.
That's one of my favorite.
Let's play football.
One of my favorite all-time clips. And Satterfield was like, well, I talked to a couple recruits for today, and
Two already.
I'm gonna.
I talked to recruits this morning.
I talked to recruits this morning. I'm gonna talk 2 more tonight. Well, gosh dang it, coach. Bro. and then to hear Jeff Brom talk, and to hear Jeff Brom start talking football and start talking passion and start talking about what we're going to do. And by the way, I'm back here with 28 recruits right now. I'm going to get commitments today. And it was just like, man, it was awesome. And then afterwards, like Texter says, did you see the Caleb Chandler tweet? Caleb Chandler was like, yeah, something about Cincinnati players. He's like, all they had time to do was spit on us and spit on my teammates and talk about how much they didn't want Satterfield as their coach.
But why don't y'all play harder? Why don't y'all play harder
I know.
transfer? If that's the case, are they going to lose a bunch of players? Just stop. I shouldn't ask you that question. I shouldn't ask you that because I know you don't care.
It's
that's
like
my point.
that's kind of the difference. It's just like with where we're at, it's like, man, you almost don't care,
Yeah, right. Like don't spend 1 ounce of energy even looking at what's going on at the Cincinnati program.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? You look back, this is Sodom and Gomorrah. If you look back over your shoulder at Cincinnati, you may turn to dust and salt. It's like, don't even look backwards. Aiden Robbins committed to who did he
BYU. Kind of odd.
What's going on with this world? Does nobody care about the right fit anymore? What kind of bag to BYU?
I was like, I had to watch the poor white guy that dropped the pass for Jackson State. I was like, oh baby. Dion did so good with him in the locker room too, but I was like, oh baby.
This is gonna be tough.
I was like, that's one where I'm like, boy, you better be glad I'm not a delegation member. I'd have been like, y'all can't play. Yeah, no more.
But Steve, some type of way.
And I mean, this is coming from a guy Grambling like recruited me. Yeah. So like, I understand. Like tight ends, they
can get
the HBCUs know where to go for the tight ends. Okay, I'll say that. They're like, okay.
I don't know though, Steve. I have a feeling. Let's just say sympathy. He's gonna get some sympathy on campus.
Oh baby.
Okay. Congratulations, Deion Branch. Guys,
Yes.
I'm very, very proud that y'all played with your, you really put it on the line. Like again, I was worried that guys were gonna start, you start looking at your options, and what's best for me. And it wasn't a lot of what's best for me's,
Yeah.
overall on my team. Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I agree with that.
Mhm.
I did appreciate how they played. I appreciated the coaches.
And they look crisp. I mean, they look clean. It wasn't slot. Listen, you pulled out the trick plays. You try Braden Smith. Thank you for not running that reverse all the way through. And, getting those 6 yards out of it. Like I said,
They let them go too. I thought the coaching staff did a good job. Of
mixing fun with.
Yeah, I mean, you're blitzing everywhere now. Like, hey man, let's go out here. Let's have some fun. Let's play football.
Playing like you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And
they called the game.
And you had the new rule, the eligibility rule.
Anybody could play.
Mhm.
I don't know how much it really affected us.
Mhm.
I mean, with where we were at, but yeah, I mean, it was cool to watch, man. And they really opened it up and kind of let them go. They tried some things on offense, but there's that part of the game, and then there's the serious part of the game. Guys like Jahar Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Guys like Maurice Turner, there are weapons there that you
weapons.
Yeah, that you went, okay. Put these guys now translate in a Brom offense.
Just say it.
I'm like, okay, I like that. Because here's the thing. You don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't know. I mean, DeAndre Moore was at Texas this weekend, okay? Not 100% he's going to be here. I don't feel real comfortable with that at this point. So I kind of block him out. I kind of put him out of my mind. I'm like, okay, he's probably not coming.
House money.
If he comes, I'm excited.
Yeah.
If not, that's probably not going to happen. Okay. So I say, okay, we're weapons. Now, the one thing I'm not worried about is receivers and quarterbacks with Brom. Just not worried about that. I mean, Drew says it all the time. He took a white guy named Charlie and 1,400 yards receiving. I'm not that worried about those two positions in particular. But running back, I do like to have a stud.
Mm-hmm.
And Jahar Jordan looked like he can be that. Maurice Turner looks like he can be that. I still think you add one probably from the transfer portal, add one from the high school ranks still. And, I mean, there was things you watched there that you were like, okay, we can do some damage here, man.
And when you say weapons, it's like now you can start getting to the point where you look and see what it seems like Jeff Brom was going after instantly, which means Jeff Brom doesn't sound like he's worried about the weapon part of it.
No.
Like, I have weapons. I need bodies. I need butts. I need my line.
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, and you see that in what he's recruited. I mean, you see that in what he's flipped. I mean, just with the two recruits that he's flipped from Purdue to the two that he got yesterday in the transfer portal. I'm trying to find the tweet yesterday. I can't remember who had it.
Jeff Brom at Louisville gets it.
I love that. I could listen to that.
It's
all
a
day.
great drop.
That really is a good drop, man. Like that's solid. I'm trying to find somebody put out the sizes of the recruits that we've gotten. I might have sent it to you.
Yeah, I was
gonna say I knew. I was like, I either retweeted it or I sent
got
it
it here.
to you.
It was from the Pink Seats podcast.
Yes.
Micah Carter 6'5", 250. Sadiq Clements 6'5", 260.
And by the way, that's two of the top three players in the state of Kentucky.
Rodney McGraw 6'5", 255. Stephen Herron 6'3", 240.
I mean, you're moving up, man. I mean, you can tell, like, okay, we're adding beef. That's all defensive linemen right there for next year. Like, plus you've got, Des Tails on the team. You've got, by all purposes, I believe, Jermaine Lole, until I hear something different, will be back.
Come back, yeah.
I mean, he's the only thing we have right now is we've heard him say he planned on coming back. So unless something changes, but I mean, you're adding size to that. I like that. On the offensive line, I think you're going to do the same. So because with the Jeff Brom offense, it's different. I don't necessarily need linemen that are the super athlete run blocking linemen.
So you mean they're not going to run the ball 70% of the time on 2nd and 15 to the short side?
Yes. Like, actually, what may be more frustrating is how many times we play action on 3rd and 1. That's going to be what I'm going to yell about for years to come. And I'm okay with that. I like that.
But the play action bootleg to the tight end works.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, Ashton Galati. I mean, yeah, there's
Also, I want to say this on this Monday morning because I don't want it to go unappreciated. I mean, this is a stat that, I mean, won't call it a stat. It's just anomaly. Power 5, the move that Jeff Brom made, Power 5 from a winning record to Louisville is not something that happens. Mm-hmm. Power 5 established Big Ten head coach with a winning record moves to Louisville.
Well, Tony Vanetti, I said it, but he put it on Twitter that one night. I thought it was the best tweet during this when somebody tweeted him and was like, hey, will we even be looking at Brom if he didn't play here? And he's like, well, the only reason you have a shot at him is because he played.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, go look at Louisville's past coaches.
Yep.
Coordinators.
Yep.
Mid-tier guy or mid-major guys.
Yep.
All the way back. You would never have been able to hire
a
power. I'm just repeating what you were saying, but a Power 5 guy who was playing in a Power 5 conference championship. No chance.
No chance. You have a Big Ten head coach from the Big Ten championship game. You're not outbidding the world for him, right? Mm-hmm. And you get that head coach. Now, it's an anomaly that you even get a move like that. Now, to appreciate also, there's players on every single team that he played against this year or the last 2 years in the Big Ten who recognize him, who played against him, who know what he can bring to the table. So it's not like Jeff Brom is asking a player to believe in him.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, I'm not asking you to believe in a dream that I'm selling you that, hey, at that level, I can still do this. You know, it's not, even if you say somebody as like a Charlie Strong, I can win up at Louisville, but you have to believe in Charlie Strong, to believe. No, I busted you. Mm-hmm. I want to take you with me over here.
Well, and you got to get lucky, like with Charlie Strong.
Oh, right.
You got to get lucky to an extent.
The guy had
Randy Shannon gets fired. LSU takes Zach Mettenberger. I mean, Shannon had to get fired. Zach Mettenberger had to go to LSU, all to open the door for
Teddy
Toole.
Get old Zach Mettenberger. Blast from the past name.
Which was funny because I remember in that moment we were recruiting Mettenberger too, and I was like, for some reason I had no respect for Teddy. I had none.
Because who was the local guy that decommitted?
DeMarcus Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, because we were looking at another brilliant moment by Steve Rummage standing in the backyard of his church, shooting basketball, talking to a group of Louisville fans and one Kentucky fan. Like, I mean, we've already got DeMarcus Smith committed. Like, I don't know why they're bringing in this Cam Newton guy for a visit. Like, I mean, dude, he didn't even play at Florida.
Right. Well, Rummage, do you want to hear I have one of that ilk.
Okay. I'm listening.
I had the take at one point in my life as a senior in high school that it didn't matter who started between Reggie Bonifant and Kyle Bolin and Lamar Jackson because Jawan Pass was going to come in and be the guy anyways.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
He said like
that's a good one.
High school high take. I'm like, we were just talking about that the other day. That was real life.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when that kid comes in, he's gonna be the guy anyway. So whoever wants to hold it for
a bunch of placeholders. DJ, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, guys? What's up? I hope y'all had a great weekend. I know I had a blast this weekend. Congrats to the men and women's basketball team, especially Sydney with that bust out, come out game. The women's volleyball team, my hat goes off to you. I'm still here in Austin, Texas, walking around in my Louisville gear, daring somebody to say something. What? Y'all had 11 transfer and one previous volleyball champion on your team. You think y'all was not going to win it? Anyway, whatever to that. And the last thing I'm going to say is, after watching the football game this past weekend, was it me or did it seem like our players was playing handcuffs the whole team? I'm straight up listening to the show. And again, guys, have a great week and a happy Merry Christmas
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
always
you.
appreciate the call, DJ from Texas.
That's awesome.
I knew that would be a thought.
Yeah.
It's so hard to predict urgency for bowl games. It's so hard to put a finger on the motivation for bowl games. Either you got you almost want to say this. Either you got good kids or you don't.
Yeah.
Either they want to ball out or they don't.
I agree. And again, you can never really predict how it went. I mean, obviously, from a fan's point of view, we're looking at this and we're going, yeah, I mean, it would be funny to Satterfield, but like whatever, like we're happy with Brom. From the kids' point of view, though, man, we spent 3 years with this guy, I mean, and they may not understand the whole dynamic of it all. To them, he just jumped ship on them, so I understand if there was players
if there
that were
was
like,
extra juice,
well, I mean, and we know there was. Dominic Gates put that video out and they're celebrating afterwards. And at the end of it, one of the Louisville players was like, blank Satterfield. It was awesome. Yeah. Shout out to Dominic Gates for putting that out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know if you're supposed to.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Just like,
it was at the very end.
Everybody has just to wrap up my point, Jeff Brom does not have to he doesn't have dreams to sell. He has tangible Power 5
this is a good point.
Big Ten evidence. I can get grad transfers based on what I can do at this level. Look, let's go.
Yeah.
Look, let's go. I can get back into Kentucky waters. Hey, this is what I bring to the table. You see it doesn't take long to see. I do this at a high level. That's one of those things where I say, okay, I'm not worried about DeAndre Moore because he can sell Big Ten instant transfer guys and recruits. Like, no, this is what I do at this level. So
and it's not even, I mean, again, it's one of those roll your eye moments, but it's just like offensive weapons. I'm just not worried about with Brom.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, would I rather have Ruben Owens and DeAndre Moore? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Right.
But I believe in him with those positions.
Quick commercial break. 93.9 The Ville.
If you hear basketball's bouncing, that must mean
We'll say the other historically bad take I had in my life. I was in middle school and I was still brainwashed by the NCAA to where I did an opinion. I had to do like just an opinion piece for like English class or whatever. And I wrote that the NBA needs to, change the one and done rule and like kids need to stay in for 3 years. I think I said. And the example I used, I compared 2 players who were both rookies at the time. Terrence Williams and James Harden. Yep. 13 games into their NBA career, Terrence Williams has much better numbers than James Harden. And that's because he was at college for 4 years. That's also true. Yeah.
314-9868 today. is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure to inquire about the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Kind of finishing this hour out, since we have been talking a little more football. I don't necessarily want to jump into basketball
Exactly.
right now. Somebody said love Jack on the show. It's good to have
Thanks.
Jack.
Keep on firing them out.
Somebody, Jack, did you hear the other day? Somebody was like, man, I'm gonna miss Jack. I was like, I'm not. It's like, no, they were like, oh, what's wrong? I was like, no, I love Jack. I was like, but you don't have Jack. Jack is too smart. Jack is too witty. Jack is not the rabid pit bull you want on your sound like a hawk. I was like, I guarantee the next guy that comes in won't be as quick as Jack. So I'm like, you know what?
They won't have the same ear
Yeah.
for markable moments like Jack.
Yeah, like Jack understands what's good when you're like, dang, yeah, he got me on that. That's good. Yeah, I'm like, the next person won't add that. So, but yeah, I will miss Jack. I'm just
Thanks,
kidding.
guys.
But I'm happy for you, man. Like, dude,
Yeah,
like, what you're
I was gonna say,
is-
spread your wings.
It's definitely weird. Like, the thought that I'm not going to be here next week is very weird to me. But at the same time, I am incredibly excited.
Yeah, you should be, man. You should be. So that's incredible, man. We talked about it on the show the other day, but no, that's awesome. Now I'm like, yeah. So, anyways, back to my football.
I'll stop being a distraction.
But yeah, Mark Ivey.
Mark Ivey and Triple H.
Yeah,
See, there you go. I've heard of Triple H's.
See, thank you. All right, yeah, Mark Ivey.
What do you think?
Here, it's interesting. I didn't think there was any conversation to bring in, and let me start this off 100%. I totally trust Jeff Brown to pick his own staff. Pick your own staff, dude. You know what you need. You know what you want. I don't care who it is. It's up to you. But Mark Ivey, man. Now you've already talked about bringing Hagan down, the defensive line coach. So we know that. But I really was taken back at how much these guys respond
the outpouring,
to Ivey. And watching him and watching the players, and I was like, I wonder if there won't be a conversation there.
But here's the thing.
And my D-line looked good.
But what Mark Ivey did for himself in this game and the attention he got made it easier to make a mutual party. You know how we may look at it as a fan base or as a players like, oh, can we keep him? Like he's just getting ready to be left out in the cold.
Yeah.
No, his segment and his retweeting from Triple H, no, that put him on a different map. That put him that his value quadrupled.
Yeah.
Over the last, you think people aren't on Twitter? They're not seeing this push for Mark Ivey. He's the perfect. Let's see if we can steal him away in transition. That's a guy who galvanized. Look at the way their defensive line's playing. They didn't even have a coach. That guy galvanized that team. He's gonna get overpaid by somebody, and it will be a better, in my opinion. And this is just like you said. This is just us not inside information. In my opinion, it would be better for Mark Ivey to get snatched away from Louisville than remain remain as a transitional coach.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does.
Like listen, if Brom said I want to keep him, great. But I also
if that's a firm decision.
Yes.
If Brom watched it and Brom's been doing this and he says, no, I want that guy.
Yes.
Then
exactly.
you can pay him.
Exactly.
Pay him and don't just make him a transitional guy. Pay him and make him a guy. If not, I do agree.
Right.
With you.
Yeah. I don't want him to be a holdover. I don't want him to be a sympathy case. And again, I'm using these phrases, in extreme verbiage, but it's like, no. He made himself some money.
Sure.
Get some money. Keep moving up the ladder. Listen, maybe in a year, 2 years, Brom says, yeah, hey, man, got a chance to watch you some more. It just wasn't the right fit, the right time.
Absolutely.
What do you call it? The turnover, like
chain.
The continuity.
Yeah.
Hey, I came in there. I already have my staff. I already used to my guys. Continuity. Blah blah blah.
I will say, let me parlay that conversation into this. This is Jack will appreciate this. This is the time where I like to enjoy the nerdiness of football.
Mhm.
Okay, now is where, and you don't always get this, but now is where I get the talking about Ivey and whatever. But now that the season ended, I get to do the fill out the staff.
Mhm.
Who's going to fill out the staff? Shape the roster.
Mhm.
Like this is my, I just like to get in the numbers and nerdy for the next few weeks. So I really enjoy this time. I enjoy because there's a lot of the staff still needs to be filled out. We're going to start hearing that stuff now.
Sorry.
I thought Brom did a great job at just kind of pulling away.
Mhm.
Not, you kind of kept the focus on the football team, the bowl game and stuff, but now they're back.
And he's the coach.
And he's the guy.
Yeah,
now y'all refer to me. You know what I mean? Now you come and talk to me, before you.
Does it help that the bowl game was earlier from that aspect?
It does 100%, which I hated when we got the bowl game. I did a whole segment on here about how I was like, I don't want the Fenway Bowl because you don't get any practice really. You play, it's 2 weeks.
You don't get the advantage of that.
It's like you play in the thing at 17, but then it actually worked out for us because I agree with Jack 100%. I think it was quick.
Mhm.
You just boom. You had a put together staff that I thought did a good job. Dion Branch did a great job holding them together. I think he'll stay around.
Yep.
Now he is one. I think you'll be here going forward. But it was awesome, and now it's officially Brom's team. Like today, they come back. Or actually, I think they probably went out of town for the week. It's Christmas week, but after the holidays,
Christmas.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, the basketball team can't celebrate Christmas. The football team.
What about Hanukkah?
Okay, yes, for our Jewish
For
players.
me and me only.
Yeah. For all the players,
Jack and Phil.
yeah,
Yes.
For our Jewish players, yes, we will celebrate Hanukkah too. And it was funny story real quick. We're in Disney, and they had a Hanukkah Disney shirt, right?
Mhm.
And Charity was like, she didn't mean it, dude. She's the sweetest. My wife is so sweet, man. And she was like, oh, you should get that for that Jewish boy that works with you.
It's like Jerry, just sit down somewhere.
I was like, Jackson. Look, I turned around. I was like, Jack's a man. All right. I'm not buying another man a Hanukkah shirt. All right. She was like,
listen.
So I have two things that come to mind when you think of this.
Okay.
Number one, my family, when I was a kid, we took a trip to Disney World, and my mom was like, well, go during Christmas. That's the best time to go. It was not the best time to go.
There was one Hanukkah. And listen, Disney is very
PC.
yes. Like they make sure to cover everything. There was one Hanukkah shirt. One blue shirt. Had the menorah on the
got
front.
the token one.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Got it covered.
And that was it.
And then
What do you mean? We sell Hanukkah shirts as well.
had the candles on the front.
we had all the holidays.
Yeah, and had a gold Mickey Mouse on the side.
Yes.
It was like that.
It didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, I dare y'all. Say something.
And then the other thing I thought of when my brother was like 4 or 5 years old, we were at Hilton Head,
Mhm.
and they have the lighthouse there.
I've heard this story. This is funny.
And my mom goes to both of us and says, you can go and you can get one thing from the gift shop. Ethan comes back and he brings this necklace. And mom goes, you can't get this. And he goes, but you said I could get something. He goes, Ethan, do you understand what this is? And he goes, it's a T for Ethan. It was a cross. It was one of the ones that had the naked Jesus on it.
Right. Yeah, the crucifixion.
So my mom bought him the cross.
Still has the
Yeah,
Jesus
I
on
get
it.
it.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
I love running into people that Jesus not on the cross anymore. I'm like, yes. Yes, I know.
Make it rain! Make it rain!
When you're in pain, attorney Phil Rich makes it rain. Growing up in Louisville's Portland community, this Trinity and University of Louisville graduate knows how to fight for you. Whether you were injured in an accident or hurt on the job, Phil Rich specializes in personal injury, auto accidents, and workers' comp claims. Don't settle for less. Go with someone from this city. Remember, when you're in pain, Phil Rich makes it rain.
He makes it rain! It's raining! He's from Portland!
This is an advertisement.
This is Ken Kraft, owner and president of Sonatrol Security Systems here in Louisville, the #1 rated security company in Kentucky. We wanted to take time to thank you for your business and hope you and your family have a safe and happy holiday season. Wishing you nothing but the best in 2023. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's from your friends at Sonatrol.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I got your script.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Dr. Tisdale here. Want a possum experience for your pet? Come see me, meow. Nick, the script sucks.
I'm telling you, Doc, puns.
No.
Trust me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fine.
How about I just say, hey guys, you love your pet and I do too. So come to Tisdale Animal Hospital. Call 502-384-3260 or request an appointment online at tisdaleanimalhospital.com.
Solid.
I can offer listeners a free first exam and a complimentary 1-month supply of flea and tick prevention.
Nice. Hate being itchy.
Also, we are one of the only veterinary hospitals in Louisville with a state-of-the-art in-house cytology machine, allowing us to test any lump or bump and get results in 2 hours or less.
Ooh, science.
Open 7 days a week, right off the Snyder in the Chamberlain Point Shopping Center.
Okay, that was better.
Told ya, Tisdale Animal Hospital.
Tired of jumping from job to job? How about a career in a recession-proof industry where you can make a difference and help create a healthier living and working environment? The pest management industry gives you the opportunity to work with more independence. OPC Pest Services will give you a chance to grow with advancement. Come be a part of our team at OPC Pest Services. Apply online at opcpest.com/careers. That's opcpest.com/careers.
Hey guys, Nick Valvano here with great news. Militonia is back, baby, and better than ever. Both locations reopening with a new, sleek, modern look, but the same great Italian food. One of the best lunch specials in the city, all the classics, 12 to 2, available each day. And they got goodies for you all week as well. Kids eat free Monday, drink specials Tuesday through Thursday, live music too. Stop by 1600 South Hurstbourne Parkway or 1008 Commerce Boulevard in Bardstown. Go where the Valvanos go for Italian. We have vowels at the end of our name. Trust me, we know it's good, and you will too. Mill and Tony.
If you want the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits, go to Liquor Barn. Or better yet, have Liquor Barn bring it to you. Download the Liquor Barn app, visit liquorbarn.com, or call your local Liquor Barn store to schedule your pickup or delivery to get what you need to stock the bar. If it's your birthday month, make sure to visit liquorbarn.com for the Pappy Birthday promotion, where you might win an opportunity to purchase a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. Liquor Barn can help you bring the celebration to your cookout, tailgate, or game watch party. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
You can give it to your girl, or share with a squirrel. Buy my case, a party face. LA, the soft drink of tomorrow. LA, a new kind of day. LA, the soft drink of tomorrow. LA, is from another place. Crisp, clean, LA.
Wing Zone has brought flavor to Louisville since 2006, and now it's time to literally spread our wings. We have opened a new location on Dixie Highway, directly in front of Holy Cross High School. You now have 3 locations to satisfy your flavor crave: Papa Level Road, Hunsinger Lane, and Dixie Highway. Come try our flavor of the month, Louisiana Lemon Pepper. It's absolutely delicious. Call or order online, wingzone.com. You got it.
This is SportsCenter.
Good morning, I'm Jack Grossman, and the SportsCenter update is brought to you by Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets to the big game, think smarter at ticketsmarter.com. Jawar Jordan got the card started in the Fenway Bowl on Saturday.
There's Jordan bouncing outside, wide open field to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and a touchdown. 49-yard touchdown for the Louisville Cardinals. Jawar Jordan, and Louisville scores first.
Paul Rogers on the call on 93.9 The Ville. The Cardinals won the Fenway Bowl over Cincinnati 24-7. U of L finishes the season with an 8-5 record. Louisville men's basketball beat Florida A&M 61-55. The Cards host Lipscomb tomorrow. Louisville women's basketball beat Pittsburgh 77-53. The Cards traveled to DePaul on Wednesday. 13th ranked Kentucky lost to number 16 UCLA 63-53. The Cats host Florida A&M on Wednesday. Bellarmine's 3-game winning streak ended in a 71-67 loss against Miami, Ohio. The Knights traveled to Evansville on Wednesday. And 14th ranked Indiana fell to 8th ranked Kansas 84-62. The Hoosiers host Elon tomorrow. More middays with Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage is next. This is SportsCenter.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
UPS warehouse workers can earn a living and a degree through our range of education assistance programs, which include up to $25,000 in tuition assistance per lifetime, academic bonuses, and more. And right now, we're hiring at the Louisville Worldport at a rate of up to $21 an hour. Pick your package and shift your life today. Visit upsjobs.com or text LOUKY to 47404 to learn more. That's LOUKY to 47404. Make the shift, make a difference.
I got about a minute.
Holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
At Preston Greenhouse, we want to help create your dream backyard. Preston Greenhouse's outdoor living services include assisting you build your outdoor entertainment spaces for design-savvy homeowners. Enjoy lounging outdoors while watching the big game. Add a bar, pond, outdoor kitchen, grill, fireplace, and plenty of gathering areas so friends and family can join for the holidays, outdoor gatherings, or game-watching parties. From design to completion, Preston Greenhouse's expert team can do it all. Get your free quote today at PrestonGreenhouse.com.
Yes, I'm being a selfish ass.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben.
this all about? What was this? I mean, that's a
Oh,
sniper.
this is just me being selfish.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yes,
like,
that's
yeah,
exactly what it is.
I mean, a total sniper,
Jack
dude.
is on his way out the door, Steve. Let him control the soundtrack of his exit, please.
All right, man.
My goodness.
I just put my my headphones on. I'm like, well, that was a sniper.
Just to remember, in no way this is an actual confidence about the Cubs. This is just me being selfish.
Well, listen, while everybody's representing their team, I'll talk about the team at Kentuckiana Pump Sales, and special thanks to the new member of the team. Every home, building, business, or municipality relies on the pumps they provide. The moment you need to water, sewage, or any kind of pump, you think Kentuckiana Pump Sales. At first responders, essential personnel, over 35 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price. Jefferson, and it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Go see Harold or Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, any type of pump you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or you can call them 812-725-9217, or simply go visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Well, speaking of pumps, what about a stomach pump?
I don't know how to.
It didn't come out as good as I wanted it to. Melt 502.
Yeah, it's the worst. That was just the worst.
I was thinking more like workout, like good for your stomach.
Yeah,
and as I said it, I'm like, wait a minute, a stomach pump is an actual thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I blew that one.
You tried.
Yeah,
you tried.
Okay, well,
I'm excited about 502 Melt.
Yes, Melt 502.
Yeah, I do that all. Sorry, guys. Melt 502.
Guys, we're single-handedly bringing the business down today. I don't know what to tell y'all. But I am excited about it. So thanks to Melt 502 and their team for bringing by lunch to the studio today. Check out Melt 502 for lunch and mention ESPN Louisville, and you get a free dessert with your order. And these desserts, guys, they're not just normal desserts. That apple pie egg roll thing is one of the best things I've ever tasted. Located in the heart of Fern Creek, right behind Moby Dick at 6318 Bardstown Road. Mention ESPN Louisville, and you'll also get a 10% off your next order.
Boom.
Order online at melt502.com.
I got a text message from our guy, Andrew Mullins, said he tried it out the other day. He said it was a good call.
Oh.
So just want to pass that along.
It's so good.
Melt 502.
The Philly cheesesteak roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
the soul roll that has like mac and cheese and beef in it.
Yeah. Gosh.
The double cheeseburger grilled cheese.
That's the one I want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. It's great.
That's the one I'm eyeballing. Jason, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, morning, Marcus. Morning, Steve. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Good.
All right. First of all, as a Cubs fan, you love to see the old Father W theme song going on.
There we go, Jason.
Yes, sir.
That
You
was
know
awesome.
what else you love to see, Marcus and Steve?
I'm listening.
Jeff Brown getting it done on the recruiting end.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already getting it done, dude. Like, he's getting us guys that we weren't even expecting to get, defensive guys, dude. He's coming in here. He's dominating the recruiting end. I can't, literally, this weekend was so great. It's tough that we couldn't get it done on the volleyball side, but I'm so proud of our women's volleyball team about getting it that far. We better lock up Danny Buster Kelly because she's going to be gone in a couple of years if we do not pay her. But, yeah, dude, it's just, who would have thought that this weekend would have been so great? Like, it's so great to be a Cards fan. And to Jack, great to be a Cubs fan right now, too. And, yeah, go. I mean, it's just, I'm so excited. Have a good one, guys.
Absolutely. Appreciate the call, Jason. I just say, Jason, I just had to get off my chest. I'm just so excited, guys. No, but here's the thing. Jason represents so many people right now. Like, I don't even think about that, Steve. When you can jump conversations like we have this morning, when you can jump your football, your basketball conversation, when you can say, and actually our girls just stopped Pitt and they're getting it together. And we just played for the national championship the other day. And, on the recruiting trail, we're respected and all this good stuff. And, and to top it all off, I just got 19 rebounds out of
Well, cherry on top.
Just a cherry on top. Can I take a second to address this Sydney Curry situation?
Sure.
We got a call early.
How many rebounds did Sheboy have this weekend?
16.
Ha
But he only had 8 points though.
That Mick Cronin monster defense. Mick Cronin got. Listen,
Florida A&M, they may not be a great team, but they got athletes.
They play Kentucky on Wednesday. We'll have to compare.
Yeah. You better have 13 and 19. Or I'm coming for you.
December 31st.
Well, talk to me after this week. We'll see. We go 2-0. I'll believe if we were to beat Lipscomb, and I want to get Jack's opinion on Lipscomb here in a second. I don't know if you have a big one, but
the opinion is they're usually a good mid-major team. They're along the same ilk as the Bellarmins, the Wright States.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's why I want to have that conversation here in a few minutes. But if you're gonna win there, then if you did, again, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but say you beat NC State, I'm a psychopath. And actually, I hope they lose. I hope they lose.
To take the pressure off.
Yeah, because if not, I'm going to spend 8 days. If they were to win 2 games back to back, I'm going to spend 8 days convincing myself that they're going to win in Rupp. And I'm like, I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to do it. Because even if they come out and played well, like, you can't. Like, I mean, Cal would get fired. Like, he might get fired.
Why did you do?
Look, if you let's
Jack,
imagine
you saw me trying to
listen.
You saw me trying to not get involved in this. You literally saw me try to hold out getting involved in this. But still, listen. But here's the problem. What Steve just did is what 93.9 is all about.
Hey, now look, what really happens? Who knows? Maybe they might lose both games this week, and I'm like, well, whatever. But it's like, I'm just like, guys.
Here's the problem, Steve. You know, and I know. Okay, we're taught not to believe in switches by coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches hate the idea of the switch because it takes away from the process.
Mm-hmm.
Instant light comes on. They don't like talking about that with fans. If a coach could take that out of the whole vocabulary of sports, they do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody who's watched sports has saw a light go on.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't explain. And everybody wants to say, oh, well, they did this and they did that and it led to that. And it's like, no, sometimes the switch just comes on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the Sydney Curry switch. No, people. He didn't just decide all of a sudden. Kenny Payne just didn't all of a sudden decide, I'm going to get you in shape today, and I'm going to put you on a diet, and you're gonna start playing awesome.
Kenny Payne won those games.
Oh, yeah. Look, you said let him be, so let him be.
We banned that before a little bit.
No. You let Jack be.
Okay.
All right.
So here's the thing. Sydney Curry. Do y'all realize what most people don't even know what just happened every last 2 games?
Mm-hmm. Well, I know we're 2-0 in the new season.
We would say, yeah, right. We would say something about Western Kentucky brought Sydney out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I didn't really talk about this openly, but it was something we both knew. Jack, do you know where Jamarion Sharp played?
It was somewhere around here, right?
Well,
he's local-ish.
Yeah, in junior college though.
Right.
Yeah. He did play. He was from Hoptown. That's where he played.
Where did he play junior college ball at?
Logan. Yeah.
You don't remember this.
Oh, I see exactly where you're going with this now.
see, Steve and I, in our psychopathic modes, when we were looking at Jay Scrub,
mm-hmm.
when we saw old video of Sydney Curry, you know what Steve and myself said?
That's a really tall guy that's good at basketball.
We were saying, no, because this is before he was even coordinated enough to catch the ball and dunk it. But Steve and Marcus said, who's that big, tall guy? Looks fun, kind of funny looking, but I wouldn't mind sticking him in the middle of, my lineup. This is me and Steve years ago. So when we're looking at Sidney Curry highlights, we're like, oh, we got a good one, you know. But you can see, you've seen clips with Jamarian Sharp in there. Jamarian Sharp's the little brother, right?
Right.
So imagine 3 years later, we do a scout, and the coaches and all the coaches are saying, hey, y'all, if you give this Jamarian Sharp guy, if you give him 1 second of daylight, he's going to destroy you. He's going to dominate the boards. We got to do this to him. We got to do that to him. And there's one guy in this locker room saying, I can't believe we're in here talking about Jamarian Sharp dominating us. I mean, imagine that, like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you're in there and he was your little brother at junior college 2 years ago. Now I got to read these Jamarian Sharp draft, you know, and like I said, not that I don't like him, but I'm looking around me and I see a bunch of people.
And you're like, I'm better than this guy.
Yeah, I'm better than him. Like I've been always.
You called him something like Smalls or something back.
Right. Yeah, just
like Smalls.
Yeah, that's Slim Jim.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Slim
saying?
Jim.
Yeah, like man, hey, coach, like I'm not gonna listen to y'all talk about Slim Jim in here, like he's gonna dominate us.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a different attitude. Like, no, this guy sucks, y'all. You know, like, and again, I'm saying it in sports vernacular. You know, like y'all, he's trash. Just all y'all gotta do is, you know, take it to his body. I've been doing it for 3 years. Blah blah blah. Everybody wonders, man, where's he been all year? That's what it takes. Something like that to remind you who you are.
Yeah.
Now you're like, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, he didn't have 19 rebounds against Western, but you do go back and look, and you go, okay, man, he was playing better.
Yes,
he was playing better.
Yeah, he was attacking. Yeah. You know, he was using his full available body to either get buckets, get fouled, be involved in the game. So now you get that game. Everybody's like, oh, Sidney, you know, well, okay. Now he's like, okay, time to play.
Well, I mean,
that was the Sidney we thought we were having from day one.
He was much more aggressive, man. He was rebounding out of space. You know,
he wasn't
on
losing
Saturday.
the ball. His commitment to if he gets his hands on a basketball, like Steve, he has not shown the coordination before Western Kentucky. Like I'm talking about coordination that we've seen out of him. He has looked uncoordinated, you know, like he lost. Not uncoordinated. He looked like he lost some coordination, right? And those are the things I'm like, that's nothing to do with conditioning. That's something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, conditioning helps. Conditioning is a byproduct of something else that's been going on with him, right?
Yeah.
When I see him dribble that basketball up the court, I mean, his brain just said, go with it. I see him dribble up the court.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Throws it to Kamari Lands. Kamari Lands throws. By the way, Kamari, throw the ball up. Throw the ball up.
Mm-hmm.
When he made that pass to you, he made it.
Or shoot it. He needs to shoot more. Something
on that break. You throw that basketball up to Sidney Curry.
Oh yeah, and that one in particular. I'm just saying.
He gave that to you so you could throw it up to him. Sidney dunked the basketball. Dunked the basketball. Dunk the basketball. You don't get any more. Listen, Louisville fans, no more rim check applause. Well, at least you went up strong. He's an awesome power forward.
You know, it was nice to see him go up.
It was so nice.
He had a couple, man, where he went up and you know why I liked it? Because I was really starting to question whether he could jump anymore. And I knew he could. Like my brain, it was one of those stupid things where I was like, people were like, well, but he's heavier. I'm like, well, he was heavy in JUCO. And he could dunk. You know, I mean, it was like, well, so I know he can jump, but I was really starting to question it. I was like, I don't know if he can jump. So he had a couple this weekend that at least I'm getting back on him.
Like block shots, like you saw him actually getting off the ground.
Well, I'm gonna start jumping on him again for not dunking now because I was kind of backing off because I was like, I don't know, man, maybe he just got heavy and can't dunk or something. But I watched him this weekend. Like, no, you can dunk, man.
How much of it with him is the fact is this happened last year also? Like he was, you know, rumored to be overweight being last year's slow start wasn't much of a factor, but it was really as the season went along was when
I mean, he came out about game 10, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he make his debut? What? Can you look back last year and check game 10 and see what Sydney Curry had?
Yeah, because Jack's right. I mean, and I guess, I mean, at the end of the day, it could just be that, he started getting in because, I mean, Jack's right. He was heavy to start the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he just starts getting in shape. I don't know, around December.
Hey, y'all, like,
I mean, and you're talking two different types. One wanted to beef you up and strength, and this one wants to,
condition you,
you and lean you out. I mean,
So game 11 actually against Pitt, 8 points, 8 rebounds, and that was the first time he had more than 4 rebounds in a game.
So game 11 was
and then after that 6.6 rebounds, and then 22 and 10, 13 and 7 against NC State and Boston College the next 2 games after.
So Sidney Curry had us all fooled.
So we're kind of right about where
he's like, I don't show up until
he's kind of right about where
I don't show up to game 12. That's what I do.
Well, good, because well, that's good, Sydney, because on Thursday, what I can't have happen is Isaiah Miranda go off. That's the one thing I just can't have happen. Okay. Yeah. So it's a good time to
I mean,
to
it's
start
about
rolling.
a good time.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're joining us.
Yeah, this is a good
It's like the baseball player that always has a crappy April.
Yeah.
And then just gets going midway through the season. You just come to it's like, oh yeah, he's a 9-year vet. He always sucks in April.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's
Let me say one other thing about him. Nobody has the sweetest bad free throw that I've ever seen. How does your shot look money on 4 free throws in a row? And I bet he has more air balls and bricks than anybody's ever seen, and more nothing but net.
Yeah.
His range is either perfect, nothing but net, or what was that?
I know. Well,
It's good to have free throws.
Yeah.
What was Kentucky's free throws?
38%.
It's not bad.
For if you're shooting threes.
Oh yeah, threes.
Which they were worse at that.
What was their free throws?
It's pretty good.
I'm pulling up the exact number now.
Steve, I like having teams that can shoot free throws.
Yeah, I do too.
They've been going to the basket.
5 of 13.
It's pretty good.
No, that's was that from 3 or free throws?
Free throws. They were 6 of 21 from 3.
That's pretty good. I mean, you hit 6. Boy, it's like
y'all,
y'all better really enjoy that Louisville win, guys. Look, and I'm conceding it, but you better really, really, really enjoy that win that day.
Just
because there's not
Coach,
many wins. Like the SEC's not poo-poo.
Coach,
go
in there and scare them.
And they really can't beat anybody.
Go in there and scare them.
Like Coach. Michigan is showing that they're not.
I don't think they're a tournament team.
Yeah,
Steve,
they're not really setting the world on fire.
They will fire Cal mid-season if Louisville beats them.
Oh, if Louisville beats them, he will. If Louisville beats them, he won't make it to 2023. They play on December 31st.
They will.
No, actually, that's the funny thing. I don't think they can fire him.
I don't think they can either.
Yeah, he's got the lifetime deal. And
they will have a state trooper. And shout out to whoever, all enforcement agencies, some enforcement agency, FBI, whatever, they will literally plant somebody. They will unless he goes like Chris Beard or something, they'll find a way to fire him.
Kentucky's played 2 quad 1 games this year, and they've lost by a combined 24 points.
I mean, right? And in both of those games,
they were never.
Yeah, at one point, I mean, because what is that, Gonzaga and UCLA?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, in both of those games, I mean, there were points where it was like, oh man, they're probably gonna get blown out. I mean, I guess credit them. They cut it back in both games. I mean,
I like the way our team's trending.
Oh, and I'm also bad at math. 26, not 24, because it was 16 points.
That's even better.
Yeah,
well, that's even better.
I like the way our team is trending right now.
For what they are, yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, at this point, I mean, the goal is, and this is going to be the last time I ever utter this statement on sports radio, ever. You hear me? Do y'all hear me over there?
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is try to get back to 500. And you get back to 500, you get an NIT bid. And postseason basketball this year, I think, is a good thing. I'll never say that again. If I ever say that again, I'll personally fire you. Whoever the coach is.
Don't even matter.
Kenny, Jay Wright, Patino 2.0. I will personally walk over there and fire you.
Lil Rick busting pops?
Lil Rick's team's pretty good. I think they're undefeated. Aren't they undefeated?
11-0.
Yeah.
We were ready to run Mac for losing it, Lil Rick.
Little Rick. Look, Kenny don't work out. Richard Patino. That's my guy. That's next.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Look. It's Josh Hurd, line one.
Say, bring Dick home. That's going to be my... It's going to
Quick
be my
commercial
Twitter
break,
page.
93.9 The Ville.
At U of L Health Heart Hospital, we're an exciting chapter in the Jewish hospital story. Built on a history of over 40 medical firsts, we're the area's only heart hospital with a focus on comprehensive heart care, where academic research pioneers innovative treatments, and a network of experts offers life-changing care. Here, your heart is in the right place. Visit uoflhealth.org/heart.
This is SportsCenter.
Good morning, I'm Jack Grossman, and the SportsCenter update is brought to you by Sonatrol, the #1 rated security company in Louisville, SonatrolKY.com. Louisville beat Cincinnati in the Fenway Bowl 24-7. The Cards also keep the keg of nails in the victory. U of L finishes the season with an 8-5 record. Sidney Curry got going early and often for Louisville basketball against Florida A&M.
5-3, their lead, under 16 to go. Long pass ahead to Curry, puts it up and in.
That whole sequence, Drew, is our All-State Mayhem moment because that was crazy, presented by All-State.
Drew Diener on the call on the Louisville First Radio Network. The Cards won the game 61-55. Curry had 13 points and 19 rebounds. U of L hosts Lipscomb tomorrow. Louisville women's basketball beat Pittsburgh 77-53. The Cards traveled to DePaul on Wednesday. 13th ranked Kentucky lost to number 16 UCLA 63-53. The Cats host Florida A&M Wednesday. Bellarmine's 3-game winning streak ended in a 71-67 loss to Miami, Ohio. The Knights traveled to Evansville on Wednesday, and 14th ranked Indiana fell to 8th ranked Kansas 84-62. The Hoosiers host Elon tomorrow. More middays with Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage is next. This is SportsCenter.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Hey guys, Nick Falvano here with great news. Militonia is back, baby, and better than ever. Both locations reopening with a new, sleek, modern look, but the same great Italian food. One of the best lunch specials in the city, all the classics, 12 to 2, available each day. And they got goodies for you all week as well. Kids eat free Monday, drink specials Tuesday through Thursday, live music too. Stop by 1600 South Hurstbourne Parkway or 1008 Commerce Boulevard in Bardstown. Go where the Valvanos go for Italian. We have vowels at the end of our name. Trust me, we know it's good, and you will too. Mill and Tony.
I'm Doug Ball, owner of Great Balls of Fire. We're a local, family-owned fireplace store with over 20 years in service. If you need your Menneson gas logs cleaned and serviced, Vicky, my wife, Michael, my son, or Steve, my brother, can make them look new. If you need a new Majestic or Menneson gas log, my son-in-law, John, and his crew can do the entire job. Like I said, Great Balls of Fire is a family-owned business. Great Balls of Fire is located on Hurstbourne Parkway next to Shoe Carnival and across from Sam's Swope. Online at gbafire.com.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming, and whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and program.
You guys going to come back in a minute?
Money down. Want to learn more?
Also, a guy just called. He didn't want to go on air, but he says he wants to sell a shirt that says, got dick, we do.
Understand and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
If you want the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits, go to Liquor Barn. Or better yet, have Liquor Barn bring it to you. Download the Liquor Barn app, visit liquorbarn.com, or call your local Liquor Barn store to schedule your pickup or delivery to get what you need to stock the bar. If it's your birthday month, make sure to visit liquorbarn.com for the Pappy Birthday promotion, where you might win an opportunity to purchase a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. Liquor Barn can help you bring the celebration to your cookout, tailgate, or...
It's not a coincidence. Bob and Nick talk about how much... I'm not going to say it. That's mean. And the computer.
Let me get back to more sensible stuff. L. Ellis. Thank you.
I'm listening.
This is my moment to give L. Ellis some directional props that he has not received. People do not realize how difficult it is to have 30 points in one game and not come out shooting and heat checking the next game, right? Because the kind of love you get, the kind of, oh, LL's awesome, coming off Western Kentucky.
Yeah, especially in a win. Yeah.
In a win,
yeah,
your brain says, we won because I scored 30 points. It's hard to listen to a coach say, no, it was the 10 assists is why we won.
Yeah.
The 30 points was just, that happens. It's hard to get a player to think like that. I was so proud of L. Ellis in that first half, trying to do what's best for the team by not shooting. Like, the only shots he took were the shots he absolutely had to take, You know how you can, again, when you see a team that's trying to do what the coach wants, and then it starts working, and then they start doing the little things a little better.
Yes.
It's like you could see that in that game.
For people who are wondering, he ended up at 13, 7, and 2.
He had 13.7 assists,
2 rebounds,
and 2 rebounds.
13, 7 is what's more important.
Okay. How many steals?
I don't know. I just had
okay.
I had the small one up.
But yeah, you get the point. Like, and all those 13, that's all second half points. If I'm not mistaken.
Close, if not, yeah.
And like I said, the turnovers he had were very good. L, this is you going back to, that's the turnover we can't have. Very teachable turnovers. Like, we can go right to the film. You jump stop this time. You made a good play to Mike James coming down the lane. The time before that, you jump stop in the lane, got under control. You made great passes.
Yeah.
This time, you tried to go as far as you could, and then if you can't score, you passed it.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that end up in turnovers. I'm gonna when somebody stops me, then I'm gonna pass.
Sure.
When he went to the lane looking for the pass and people moved, I'm like, okay, now it looks like offense we're trying to run.
Do you know, I think it's also not being, well, I think it is being talked about, but I think another thing just kind of going into that, and I'll keep, Jack, are you back with us tomorrow? Do you know?
Great question.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
Yep.
If so, because I kind of want to hold this off, but I would like to have this conversation with Jack, the Lipscomb conversation. I'm gonna push that to tomorrow. Though,
right now. Today's kind of this is our new grading segment kind of thing.
Yeah. But
until we can actually grade them.
But I really think, even though the stat line doesn't necessarily show it, like 16 minutes from Fabio, like I think him coming in has allowed L. Ellis to play a little differently too. So, and Fabio, I thought was pretty good the other day. I think he had a couple. He had the one where it was like, you're in the press and he just threw it straight to the other team. It was like, what are you doing? But for the most part, I think he helps because he gets the ball up the floor. He's a guy that advances the ball
quicker.
Even in passes, he like sometimes Jalen and them back in that press, they horizontally move. Fabio, you can tell he tries to advance it, even whether it's with a pass, even if it's a step. I try to get the ball up the court.
I want you to look, if you go back and look, I want you to look. If you take a second, let's just say, and let's just say you get bored, and it's for everybody listening. If you get bored, what I want you to do is look at 10 minutes real time of the Florida A&M game. Look at how the defense changes. I'm so glad that you were just talking about him, his ball handling and his offensive, because it's like I said, it's something nobody would pay attention to. Watch when Fabio comes in. Watch how much lower everybody gets in their stance on defense. Because here's the thing: when you have a point guard that's nibbling at the basketball, Fabio's making other point guards uncomfortable, Steve. And like I said, I want you to watch 10 minutes or just watch when Fabio comes on the court. Watch how L. Ellis gets nibbly, with dribblers, stabbing at the ball, trying to make somebody uncomfortable. Now all of a sudden, Kamari Lands is making people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Fabio Basile ratchets up the defensive intensity the moment he gets on the court. It forces everybody, because here's the thing: he's making stuff happen faster. Like, okay, Fabio. Here's the thing, people. Fabio will get on the court. He will either foul, he will either get beat, or he'll get a steal, and he'll make everybody uncomfortable. Go back and look. Those transition buckets that we got, it's because Fabio is, if you look, let's say Fabio makes somebody uncomfortable. They make a kind of a wild pass.
Yeah.
And that ends up into another bad pass. That's a steal. It all started with Fabio making that first guy uncomfortable, getting him out of position. Everybody knows their antennas better go up when Fabio's on the court.
Yeah.
Because he's got, like I say,
because there could be something erratic could be coming.
Yes. So that energy level that he brings, like I say, and again, you might just notice naturally everybody's eyes are drawn to the offensive end, but it's like, no, we got transition plays when Fabio got on the court. And it looks like, L. Ellis is, off the ball and he's the recipient. No, L. Ellis gets to be an athlete now, because it's like, no, L. Ellis plays better in a helter-skelter environment.
Yeah.
Fabio makes it a helter-skelter environment. Kamari Lands, there's no time to think when this kid is out here, like I said, stabbing at the basketball.
That's a great point.
Yeah. So if y'all get a chance, just go look at how and listen, any basketball player knows it takes more energy to make somebody uncomfortable. You have to play harder to make somebody uncomfortable.
Sure.
But you'll be amazed at how you can't tell who can dribble and who can't until you get a Fabio out there who's willing to swipe at the basketball.
Yeah.
You got a lot of these guys who want to handle the basketball. My guy Terry Boykin, he posted a meme. Say everybody wants to be a point guard until they press. Everybody wants.
Then no one wants the ball.
Right. Everybody wants to hold the basketball up under their arm, point the finger when nobody's pressing. But when somebody's making it uncomfortable, that in the pregame I talked about it. The next step for this team is everybody on the floor has to want to come get the ball and do something with it. When when the other team's pressing, if Brandon and Kamari and JJ don't want to come get the ball and be a part of the play, we're going to have two dudes throwing it back and forth.
Sure.
Yeah. But when you get those guys that, no, I'm going to go get the ball and make something happen too, then it's going to be a different team. It's going to look more and more like a different team. Kamari's starting to be that.
Well, that's why I told you all summer they need more guards. It was the other guy that I have a question about is what am I going to do with Brandon? Because I watch Brandon and he pisses me off. Okay. And he had 8 and 9. And God is my witness. I have no idea where they were because you can't convince me that any of that happened.
Somebody shot an air ball. He rebounded it backwards and put it in.
Yeah.
Right. One time he dribbled and the guy just fell on the ground and then he scored it. One time he got fouled and he hit 2 free throws. That's 6 I know of.
Yeah. And then he got in the middle and he did a nice little back the guy down.
Oh, yeah. But jump hook. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's his 8. I've never been more pissed off at a productive player. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've just Brandon always comes up with dang near double doubles, and I'm like, but I don't know where he affects the game.
You just look at him and you expect more.
Yeah. It's like, where does he really affect the game?
He's getting beat a lot too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, and then he ends up with 8 and 9, and I'm
listen. To be honest, Steve, he's hiding.
Okay,
he's hiding. I'm sorry. It's like, does it make sense to you? Do I say that enough? Like, do you know what I say when I say he's hiding, Jack? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, he's not rising to the occasion.
No. Yes, kind of, but no.
It's like empty stats, empty.
When I say hiding, he doesn't want to be judged. That's what happens to top players, top highly ranked recruits who care about their recruiting numbers. They don't want to screw up. They don't want to see their recruiting ranking drop. So you're not confident, like, you're being you're ranked based on this and that. You had that good game here at this Nike Pangos, saying now you're number 3. Now you don't want to lose that ranking. So a lot of guys start looking super cool. Oh, I'm not even trying. I'm just, I can do my thing in my sleep. It's like, oh no, well, he looks like he got the part, but not really competing full throttle. Our guy, Phil Morse, he talks about it. Guys get too arrogant to compete all out, and I'm not calling him arrogant, but I'm calling him not confident, and I'm gonna leave it on the floor. If the guy's better than me, it'll show, or if I'm better than him, he's hiding. Let Ellis do the work. You hit me on the 3-pointer, I look good. If I can get these rebounds, I can look good. That's like I said, I know I'm going way down the nerd hole. I understand that.
Well, you have to though, because I think a lot of people feel the way I feel. I think a lot of people watch a game and they say
6'9". He's fundamentally sound with his jump hook. You're physically, you can jump, you can run, you can do all this stuff. There's no way you should not be coming to get the ball. There's no way you shouldn't be out rebounding some of the teams we played against. You have to be imposing. And it's like, dude, you're not going to be able to sneak into the NBA.
He's waiting for the game to come to him instead of being assertive.
Yes. You're waiting. You're like I said, you're waiting. And again, this is what happens when you go IMG Academy, dominant team. The place of Pittsburgh, dominant team. You can just cruise. We got 5 D.
Even Tennessee last year, they were a 3 seed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got 8 D1 dudes on all the teams he's been on.
Yeah,
he's never had to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's another struggle, Coach. KP is just like, I have to try to get you actually wanting to assert your dominance over another man.
Yeah.
Like, how do we get there? Let me get to the phone lines. Chris, thanks for joining 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, Maimon Rummage?
What up, man?
Hey, 2 things for Rummage real quick.
Okay.
Dak has got me every time he drops back saying, please throw it to our team. Please throw it to our team.
Yeah. I have no idea what happened.
When you talk about someone dominating and never been so disappointed, if someone would have told me we'd already be playoff clinched, I would be the happiest person, but I am so disappointed in my boys. They've got to get their stuff together. And then 2, Rummage, I have to get you. I don't want to, but you always get Nikki.
It's fair.
Your fumble with the pump thing, that was as bad as the Patriots backwards pass. That was.
Oh man, that was unreal, man. Golly.
Your pump segue, man. I was with you.
No, it's
and
terrible. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, a stomach pump. I'm like, no, there's actually a stomach pump. That's a terrible thing.
Well, he must have not did too bad because Mel 502 just arrived.
So they showed up.
so we're still in the good graces.
And then Maven, they must be listening to you on the football thing because we're getting the kids with the big butts. He is bringing all the kids with the butts, and we are going to be stacked on the defense. We're going to look like a Big Ten SEC defensive line for the first time instead of all that little stuff that he was doing. Not that our defense line was bad because they showed out. I was so proud. Rummage, you'd have been proud of me. I was from 11 to 8 watching games. We went out to eat. The restaurant's TV broke. I made my wife get up and leave. We went somewhere else. It was beautiful. And then y'all talking about Brandon. I think one of the biggest problems for him right now is that our point guard that we have running is so ball dominant that it's hard for him to find his place. I think with Fabio coming in and getting on the ball, I think that's going to help Brandon a lot for the fact that he'll be able to show his numbers and he'll get the ball. I'll get up and I'll listen to you guys.
Appreciate the call. No, Brandon can't rely on other people. No, you have to go. You're supposed to get 10 and 10 just being on the basketball
supposed to be first
court.
round potential, all that stuff. Like,
you should be able to put him on any court. On the planet.
Yeah, I'm not giving you the somebody else.
30.
Listen, we're rolling along. Gonna be a good week. Big opportunity this week, y'all.
Big opportunity.
Good job this weekend.
Signing day Wednesday.
Let's make it happen.
It's good. No transfers. Let's get 2 wins.
93.9 The Ville.